All right, let's chord for some Kiki-Jikis, huh? So I've got Chord of Callings, we've got Kiki-Jikis, we've got some Restoration Angels. The big thing that I am trying out today is we've got 2 copies of Eldamari's Call that I want to kind of kick the tires on. In the past, I've always played Eldritch Evolution as my secondary tutor past Chord of Calling. However, with the addition of not only Solitude, but also Endurance as more expensive cards that we can play from for free from our hand, I think Eldamari's Call, the stock in this goes up a little bit. This is also a green-white split card, so it pitches to both Solitude and Endurance. I've trimmed, what did we trim? We trimmed the 4th Seasoned Pyromancer and the 3rd Wall of Blossoms to fit that in. So yeah, it's an instant too. So you can just like have 2 mana, fetch up Solitude, use Solitude. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this, and we'll see how we feel about those after playing some matches with them. Punishing Waterfalls, redeeming the 37th Shillionaire here on the channel. Let's make sure those channel points continue to trickle down. Our next Shillionaire will now only have to spend 999,963 shillings. The trickle-down economy in action. Hey, Payne, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate you re-up and welcome back. And Jack, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate the tier 2. That's very generous of you. I'm glad you're liking the Commander stuff. I've been enjoying the Commander stuff. What are we doing 2 Commander decks again today. I think my plan, Historic was actually fine yesterday. The Mardu Pyromancer deck was reasonable, but because the Historic Commander is going to be leaving Arena at the end of the week because WotC sucks, I am going to do Historic Commander for the rest of the week, and then we'll be back to doing regular Historic next week since Historic Commander won't be an option then. Have we done any Dark Steel Reactor deck? Nah. A lot of the things I try and play like, we at least like them to try and resemble some semblance of competitiveness, or like be kind of flashy. And I feel like Dark Steel Reactor just like isn't even flashy. Just like kind of slow and clunky. And like Arena, that's like one of those cards that like the fact that Arena doesn't give sweet animations to alt win cons like really makes it feel like you have this build up towards something that just doesn't happen. Um, it's a land. Yeah, that sounds fine. This is notably BTW. This is the 20. This is the 30th land I added to the deck. I believe we're at 30 lands. Yeah, it's the 30th land we added to the deck. Our opponent has played. Our opponent has played a couple of creatures. Well, actually, Magic the Gathering Online doesn't contain all of the cards that are legal in Commander. So, similar to Magic the Gathering Arena, Magic the Gathering Online also does not have actual Commander. It's so funny to me that when I call 100 card Commander on Arena Commander, that people keep fucking actualing me, asking me if I mean Magic Online. No, I'm playing the format on Magic Arena, like we have been playing. I'm not playing what's also not really Commander on Magic Online. Yeah, technically Legacy and Vintage don't exist on Magic Online either. There's a bunch of conspiracy cards and other stuff missing on this platform. What am I playing here? I think I'm playing a Utopia Sprawl. The question is if I'm shocking myself to do it. I think the answer is no. It might be yes. Yeah, I'm gonna fetch Stomping Ground, and I'm gonna put this on red, I think. I could be right to put this on green because I have this Chord of Calling. I decided to play Utopia Sprawl on one as opposed to birds. They've got this Pyrite Spellbomb. You assumed they were all available. You assumed wrong. Wrong. Second Chord of Calling. I suppose I'm going to have triple green from the lands eventually. We just go ahead and do this. We're definitely ditching the Birds of Paradise. The question is, and this is, points like this are one of the reasons why I trimmed one of the Seasoned Pyromancers. Like, I'm not super in love with discarding anything other than this Birds at the moment. Part of me wants to be greedy and ditch the land, but I really want to hit my land drop next turn. Probably just the Chord of Calling. Now I wish I would have ditched the Ephemerate. I think it's kind of silly that planeswalkers can't be commanders in general. I think that's a silly rule. So you can chord for 3 here. I can also cast Restoration Angel. Yeah, probably supposed to attack with Season Boy here. Opponent's deck not really doing a whole lot, huh? Someone could pick Teferi's Command and everybody should hate them. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Commander is an incredibly casual format, and you should play with people in decks that you like. And you should not play with people in decks that you don't like. What if I just go get my Collector Ouphe? Oof. It might have also been right. Could I have killed them? I probably could have tried to kill them there, huh? Yeah, I could have rested into Chord for Kiki. That's fine. We should be fine regardless. So the 19-month sadness. I might do a modern tournament at some point. I would like to do another historic tournament if they update the format, but really just not interested in playing. Come on. Historic in its current state is not a satisfying try-hard format. In my opinion. Thanks for the 50 months, admin. And thanks for all the tips and suggestions you given on Pogo stuff. I've been enjoying their PvP a lot. Red Rover, let Thought Monitor come over. I think we're ditching... Definitely ditching Forest. I think it's probably Ephemerate. I think I just want more bodies. Let the bodies hit the board. Let the bodies hit the board. I guess we're just passing, right? So the follow chase daddy. The opponent have an out to Ouphe. I have no idea. Some of these, they could be, we haven't seen red cards out of them yet, but they could be like a Galplast deck. Fetch. Majeskai Triome. Go ahead and filter these again. Might be a little aggressive since our hand's kind of okay, but like, you know, give me a Kiki or a Chord. It would be nice. Why do we need blue cantrips? How about we just like have formats where we don't have a bunch of cantrips in them? Cantrips make magic dry. This Urza Saga is a little scary. Gets to make some big tokens here. Opt is fine. Opt is a good power level. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game to the Sets champion because I punted. Oh, I guess I have Skyclave to deal with this this Pithing Needle. It's like not the end of the world. I definitely missed lethal by not trying to combo more aggressively. I think they have Metalcraft. Not sure though. Small chance. Yikes. Okay, well, I've got I got a redraw with the Horizon Canopy here. Eternal Witness is lethal. 3 Chords are lethal. Kiki-Jiki is lethal. Eldamari's Call is lethal. 52 cards in deck. You look, a redraw. Omnath. Omnath's lovely. He's a redraw and he gains us some life. Let's start with this because we can still cast Kiki. Blue, red. So, this. Man, that's unfortunate. So I have a forest and a plains left in my deck that are basics. Nope, my forest is in the bin. I discarded it earlier. This is every turn, right? So I just like gain 4 more life on their turn. Oh. Collector Ouphe trying to carry this game on its back. How many more lands do I have to fetch for in my deck? I still have a plains in there, right? Yeah, so this will get plains. This will gain us 8. Or gain us 7, technically. Lord. I deserve this for not trying to combo aggressively earlier. Oh my god, for fuck's sake. I hate this application so much. I hate it. I hate it so much, chat. Listen, chat. It's the first match of the day. It's the first match of the day. And I forgot that Moto sucks for reminding you that your commander exists. Listen, chat. Listen, chat. All right, what if instead of sitting here continuing to do this, we instead draw 5,000 cards? Would drawing 5,000 cards be better than what we are currently doing? I think there's a small chance the answer to that question is yes. Oh, magic. Okay, so lol. Lol. Wow, that was an impressive amount of not our combo pieces, but still. Should Resto Blink Doodle to keep the chain going? Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe I should have kept a land to gain life. All right, and we drew Ephemerate, so I'm gonna blink this one now, so we see if we can combo them. Three Solitudes. Holy crap, chat. All right, there's an Ultimari's call. So we'll kill them next turn. Shout outs to my boy Omnath for putting me back to 22. Then go to a different room than Declan, buddy. Daddy's working right now. If you and Declan aren't getting along, please go to a different room. You can go upstairs. You can play Minecraft on your phone. You can go upstairs and play it there, okay? You want to play it on the Switch down here?
Yeah.
Or what did Declan do?
Declan tried to kill me, punch me.
Okay, we don't hit. All right, Ed's got 3 minutes to sideboard. So we got 2 minutes to yell at Declan. Declan, not hit. Put it. Play on the Switch. Go ahead. Oh, chat. Oh, shit. He did come in and steal my water. That's true. That definitely happened. All right, how are we sideboarding? Eidolon of Rhetoric out. Magus of the Moon out. Helixes and Path in. Night of Autumn in. Linvala turns off. Steel Overseer, so that seems fine. So the 25 months. Justin, welcome back. Need 2 more cuts. Wall of Blossoms isn't really blocking this matchup, right? We could board that out. All right, let's try and play a little bit faster here. Let's remember I have a Sky Noodle. Let's try and Chord of Calling. Listen, chat, the number one sign that a deck is good is that it can pick you up and carry you on its back when you mess up. So the fact that I forgot that I had a companion for 3 turns that game and we still won handily is a part of the reason to play this deck. That's fine. Not amazing, but fine. Click on Flickerish, but does not. This is an ambitious play. They named Windswept Heath, which seems real loose against my 80 card deck with a bunch of different fishes. Cranial plating, eh? Should have played this strand to show what's up? Yeah, probably. We just take the cranial plating here, right? The question is, what am I fetching for? I think it's just Sacred Foundry. In case this bird eats it. Remember to pop my companion up over here on the right every game now, so we can try to remember that exists. I think we Seasoned Boy. Ditch Bird Sprawl. Night of Autumn's not terrible. I mean, then I can still, like, kill part of an Urza Saga. Can kill a Construct. Ooh, Shadow Spear lets them trample. That's pretty good. Needs 2 to equip though, right? So that's a resto. So now we take the line I should have taken last game and just resto into Chord for Kiki, right? I guess your last card could be Metallic Rebuke here, theoretically. So we'll go block, resto, blink, Skyclave, take spear. Take 10 or do I plow? We just take 10, right? Because if I draw land, an untapped land, they die. Or Kiki-Jiki. Oh, I can use Solitude to Chord. Man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. We haven't had that line yet. We haven't had the use the evoke to Chord for Kiki-Jiki line, but man, that's some galaxy brain shit. Yeah, that's incredible. The old evoke ritual. The future is now. Shit, right? Good golly. Simian Solitude Guide. Yeah, I had the Twitch chat advantage for that one, Blake. I definitely missed that off the cuff. This card just fixed, like, obviously that's, like, not a problem that comes up super often, but, like, this card just fixed so many issues this deck had. Not having to play Path to Exile is such a huge upgrade. Thanks for the 39 months, by the way, C-Unit. I think I missed that one. My favorite version of Kiki combo? Yeah, definitely. Both Solitude, like, obviously Skyclave's not really a new card at this point, but I haven't played Kiki cards since this card's existed. Both Skyclave and Solitude, like, filled in basically all of the holes this deck had. Like, being able to play interaction that synergizes with Restoration Angel is huge. No, yeah, I think I mentioned that, Blake. I think especially because I'm an 80 card deck and like I have so many different fetches. I think if you're gonna needle on one there, you should just name Kiki. I think Solitude's probably the best in the cycle because it's instant speed and plays to the board. Grief is like a number of the other ones are like playable. In fact, they all seem playable, but I think the fact that Solitude plays to the board makes it the best in the cycle. I think that the play to the board aspect is a big deal. Endurance is the best in Legacy. Yeah, free flash creature that blocks Delver later on is pretty good. Wellspring. So could be Niv, could be there's a red Phoenix deck going around. Could be blue-red prowess. Don't lava dart me. I have a heart. This is no joke. This is one of the cards that made me drop off of playing Modern when it was printed. This is such a miserable shit tier design. Oh, I should have played this. So this fetch is strictly worse than this one in our deck because we don't have basic island and we do have basic mountain. And I'm fetching a Jeskai Triome this turn, so this should have been the fetch that I played. Ogo, thanks for the entire year of support. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. I'm actually going to get punished for my missequencing on the fetch here because I have to fetch Shock to play Omnath on 4 now because of my sequencing. Whereas if I would have fetched this with this, I could have fetched Mountain and only taken 1 to play this. So my mana sequencing here is going to be the difference of 2 life this game, which is super relevant against my opponent's aggro deck. Okay, so we do at least get to force them to Lava Dart proactively here. Probably see like Bolt, Plush, Flashback, Lava Dart in response, I imagine. Hit us for 6. Two life's a big deal, chat. Definitely done messed up. And they have Manamorphose. This is the prowess deck. One of the reasons why it's the best deck in the format is just full of cards that shouldn't be legal. Manamorphose and Lava Dart should both GTFO the format. Free spells are mostly a state, especially free spells like these are free, but at least they make you 2 for 1 yourself. Like this card. This card might be the freest Magic card ever printed. No joke. Am I dead? We might be dead this turn, huh? Yeah, Bolt is lethal. Yeah, Bolt's lethal. Sick. Sick turn 3 kill. Killed my turn 1 accelerant. Killed my blocker. Killed me. Good shit. All right, Magus of the Moon out, Endurance out, Qasali Pridemage out, Birds of Paradise out because Lava Dart, Night of Autumn in because I gained some life. Yeah, they solidly killed us on turn 3. Collector Ouphe out. Need to bring 2 cards back in. Scavenging Ooze can gain life. Maybe Endurance is just the stat line stays in. 3-4. I know it got run over there, but 3-4 for 3 is not terrible. Yeah. Giga, thanks for the follow. Good morning and welcome to the channel. Although I will say the one thing that's made me chuckle, I've mentioned a couple times that I've been watching a lot of modern content in the afternoons and evenings when I'm not streaming, because this is the format I'm most interested in Magic right now. And the number of times I'll be like watching someone streaming Modern and they're talking about how busted their Urza Sagas deck is, and then they just get completely run over and not close games by prowess, just makes me chuckle. It's like, my deck that has a card that takes 3 turns to work is so busted. It's like, or it's probably fine because it takes 3 turns to work. Would a Thragtusk be worth in this list? Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. What problem do I have that Thragtusk is solving? What are you cutting for Thragtusk, and why is that a good cut? I will say my least favorite part of playing Kiki Chord being back to Modern is constantly telling people why whatever their pet bullet of choice is that they want to add to my deck is a bad suggestion. People love toolbox decks, and by that I mean they just want to shove 800 shit tier 1-ofs into their deck to make it even less consistent than it already is. God bless Sky Noodle, by the way, letting us play 80 cards to fit more pet cards in. But like, listen, chat, here's the general thought. If I'm not currently playing a card in this deck, I probably think it's bad. If you like that card or you think it's good, feel free to play it. I've probably thought of it. I'm not playing it on purpose. Oh, the nimble pilferer, eh? Let's see how nimble he is with a wall in front of him, chat. Will I put modern decks on my website? No. I don't intend to play any modern decks enough to put dedicated pages to them. Maybe we'll put a Kiki Chord page on my site, and I'll type out a bunch of answers to why various cards are bad. Maybe we'll do that. But generic modern pages are not coming back, no. I'd really like to draw a card I can guess next turn. This is the part where they like bolt dart my wall and then like hit me with the monkey. You can play Feather in this deck to loop Ephemerate. That's funny. That does technically work that way, huh? Yikes. The life gain seems good against aggro. You know what's better than Thragtusk life gain against aggro? This guy. This guy right here. Much, much better. I guess we're just drawing Yorion, and then I think we're probably dead. I'd be surprised if we can win when we make no play that impacts the board on turn 3 here. Moto has eerie silence. What's going on, Alec? It's a little quiet when I'm not talking. In fact, the original reason I implemented the mute icon was so people could know when I'm actually muted versus when Moto's just having quiet time. Yeah, traditional burn has largely been pushed out of the format. King is the problem. So, like, if traditional burn still, which it's honestly another reason why I hate Lava Dart, because I really like the type of gameplay traditional burn generates as a deck, and the fact that Lava Dart pushed that archetype out makes me big sad. It's a shame our wall died, because if our wall hadn't died, we could have Solituded plus Corded for... Solituded plus Corded for Charming Prince. We just Omnath, right? Ow! Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Can't I still? Oh shit! The Solitude makes a mana. We just did that too. Yeah, good call. Alright, so that was the line. Man. Now I'm upset with myself for missing that. Yeah, I could have shocked in this and then this with that. I could have Solitude. I keep forgetting that Solitude makes a thing. So Solitude was the fifth thing to chord for Charming Prince. Yeah, Solitude can be tapped for Convoke while the Evoke's on the stack. Lava Dart entered the exile zone. Hisses. I mean, we're not dead this turn, but like, I'm in a pretty shit spot because I messed up. Like now I'm gonna have to Solitude, pitch my Yorion. This card sees play in every format, James. Actual everyone. I could Endurance to turn off. I don't really want to give up my Chord. Cards like one of the resources I have left. I think I need to discard the Endurance here because I need to make at least one token. This game was definitely very winnable. We're pretty far behind at the moment now. If they have a bolt or a way to kill Seasoned Pyromancer in hand, I need to flashback Dart and kill the Elemental, and then hit me with the Monkey. They just have a Dart in hand. Yikes. I mean, Expressive Iteration is the best draw 2 ever printed. All right, well, we're not combo killing him, Chip. So I think the play here is Solitude, the Dragon's Rage Chandler, and then attempt to block the Ragavan. They'll probably no. So they have double Lava Dart in their bin, Chip. So they can kill the Solitude in response to me trying to blink it. So I'm just gonna cast this for 5. So they can kill my 3/2 in response. I know I've missed some Solitude lines this game, but this is correct. There's double Lava Dart over here. I also can just have Bolt from hand. See if we can avoid them drawing another good spell here. Well, could be worse. Honestly, a land's not a terrible draw, because if we draw a land, I get to Eldamari's Call for an Omnath, and then gain 4. Well, now we just put that on 1, right? I might double Dart us in response. So now the question is, Do I call for a Solitude and Solitude the Ragavan and then go to 2? I think that's the play, right? Because like most of their deck just doesn't work with this card in play. Yeah, if we draw a land, we'll definitely Chord Omnath next turn. Urgle, if you're still here, this is why there's 2 Omnaths in the deck. BT dubs. I can't Ephemerate because Sanctum Prelate is symmetrical. Just for reference, before someone suggests that. And then this fetch cracks on their turn to gain 3 more. -1/+4. Alright, so I missed a pretty important line that game, and we ended up bailing out anyways. I need to remember that we can evoke Solitude to count it as a convoke for Chord of Calling. My mental math, that is not something that's embedded into my brain yet, but something that's valuable and is going to come up. Cat Daddy-O, thanks for the follow. Good morning. And that was the easy game. Now we gotta try and win a game on the draw. Yeah, endurance it technically works with too, but yeah, the calls have been good so far. I think I keep this. I think Lightning Helix means it's keepable. We'll see. This card is so polarizing on 1. I don't think it's too good, but it's definitely polarizing. This card's like what's it called? Robber of the Rich levels of polarizing. It is super obnoxious. It's one of the cards I don't think this card's too good, but it's a type of design that I'm not a fan of because this is a card that takes the play draw differential in Magic and it makes it worse. Robber of the Rich in Standard did much the same thing, and Magic's a game that already has such an incredible play draw differential that cards that give you an even larger advantage when you're on the play, I tend to find offensive as designs. Really, one of the things I really wish Wizards would experiment with is more benefits for being on the draw. Whether it's explicit card designs that benefit from being on the draw, or some kind of advantage that you just get because you're going second. Either of those would be worth exploring. Well, okay, so now... Oh, I actually can't Solitude Ephemerate here because they have a treasure because their card that snowballed them on the play gave them an extra mana. So that's not something that could work. So I think we just have to Helix this, right? I can't take another hit from this. And then on 4, I have Solitude pitch Ephemerate Chord for Prince, which is nice. Why are we playing our own monkey? Because our deck doesn't have like super cheap ways to clear in front of it. Like the opponent's deck's got a bunch of removal to make sure they can hit with this card consistently. Yeah, if we draw a white card here, we'll be in an incredible spot. So we'll just get to Solitude with the Ephemerate. That's actually not terrible. So now we do this, and actually, I think I just discard the Chords of Calling. Is that crazy? Because next turn, I can draw Yorion, pitch Yorion, Ephemerate Solitude with 4 mana. Hey, Tugno, thanks for the Prime support. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month. Timo J, thanks for the follow. I could be greedy and ditch the Horizon Canopy. We're definitely ditching a Chord of Calling. I think I lose the game. I guess any white card is also good. I think I like pitching the land because any untapped land or white card leaves us in a good spot. Perfect, and we got both. Like there is a lot of live hits there, right? And like Horizon Canopy is not even really a land I want in this matchup anyways. So getting to turn Horizon Canopy into Windswept Heath is also upside. Oh, and we drew Resto, so now we can Solitude, pitch, Ephemerate, Resto the Solitude. One question we're going to want to ask ourselves here is... do I want to plow the Soulscar Mage or the Red Dragon's Range Chandler first? It's probably Chandler, because I can't chunk block that one because it flies. So this deck's never been about comboing. If you haven't played this archetype before, in fact, the number one thing that I constantly repeat to people when they talk about changes for decks like this is stop trying to make it a faster combo deck. If your goal is to play a linear creature deck that combos efficiently and quickly, you should play Yawgmoth Chord, which we played earlier this week, and you can find a YouTube video up on my channel. Yawgmoth Chord is a creature toolbox deck that its primary game plan is comboing. This deck is a value mid-range deck that happens to contain a combo for when comboing is explicitly good. And that's an important distinction. Well, so I'm not going to pitch, even with drawing another Resto here, I'm not pitching a Resto, because remember, chat, they can interact with this in response to us trying to blink it. So there's a good chance we're not going to get to double Solitude here. But they'll have to spend a removal spell on it, so it's still kind of a 2-for-1. All right, so I want to fetch Forest here because I have Chord of Calling in hand. And I'm actually going to sorcery speed this on my turn. You want me to do pitch, Resto, Chord with Solitude triggers on the stack, and then Ephemerate in response? I mean, they have 3 cards. I'd rather just get a Resto and play, chat. I don't think I need this Ephemerate. The bodies are really good. I'd rather just have more bodies here. Let the bodies hit the board, chat. Let the bodies hit the board! So even if they like bolt the Solitude in response, that's a bolt that's not going to my dome, which is great. I'm doing this now, so this way they don't get a prowess trigger. Kozilek's Return. Wow, that's brutal. That's how we could lose this game. That's because it makes my resto smaller too. That's savage. They have to play this card to beat protection from red things. The extra text on this card is so good. Shrinking my resto. Iteration also very good. This one of the reasons why the opponent's deck is so good is it's just like playing all the fucked up cards. It's got Bubble, it's got Lava Dart, it's got Expressive Iteration. Just all of the most powerful things that are, let's call them interesting designs for the last little bit. Oh yeah, it plays Manamorphose too. Just all the busted ones. All the cards that in a proper world wouldn't be legal. That is relatively affordable. I mean, this is like $400 worth of monkeys, right? So I don't know that I believe you on that. Scalding Tarn also ain't cheap. What does Chord for Prince Flicker My Resto accomplish? I guess it like gains me 3 and it gives me a 2/2 and a 3/4, but like how am I winning the game with a 2/2 and a 3/4? I'm not, right? And that's how you have to like, I think the route to victory involves Chord of Calling, fetching Auriok Champion, and hoping that can maybe go the distance. You don't just want to take game actions. You want to be thinking about, okay, how do I turn my current board state into a win? What does the path look like? Oh, we could just play the Endurance and shut off their Delirium. That's a big play. Yeah, that's probably better to start. But also get rid of their Kozilek's Return so they can't flash it back when they cast an Eldrazi. Opponent is playing so slowly. And like, this is like, I've talked about this before, but this is honestly one of the toughest parts about making moto content. It's not even just that the client's slow, but like other players consistently use moto slowly. Like, this is a long game, and we've both had a lot of decision points, but like, they have 8 less minutes on their clock than I do. They have 6 minutes, I have 14. This is the part where they cast 2 or 3 spells and they surveil a bunch of stuff into their bin, so it doesn't matter. Cast a Braid, put 3 card types in the bin. Yeah. Kozilek's, we were in a really good spot this game, and then they had exactly Kozilek's return, which I think they usually play 2 to 3 of those in the board, so not too unlikely. And their deck has a lot of really good stuff. But yeah, like between Lava Darts and Mishra's Baubles and Manamorphose, like the opponent's deck is basically playing. Like, it's so weird to me that there's so many people talking about Urza's Saga, and it really shows to me in my mind, Magic players, and it's not even Magic players, kind of humans, right, have this consistent bias against new things, and the things that have been there forever, they don't care about, right? And Lava Dart, Mishra's Bauble, Manamorphose, like, these are all cards that, like, shouldn't exist in the format if the format was being balanced well. And they're so good, and they're so like, Urza's Saga is a card that is, like, obviously overtly powerful. Like, it's making these tokens that are in your face, it's showing up, it's grabbing a thing that's directly answering you. Whereas, like, Prowess is just, like, playing all these little cards that are just, like, some of the parts type cards, right? And I have not felt overpowered and super far behind against any of the food decks that people keep complaining about, and the other new Saga decks that people keep complaining about. But the Prowess deck feels like it's playing a different format than me consistently when I play against it. Like, we're not on the same level. Like, what their deck is doing and what our deck is trying to accomplish are two very different things. This hand is not good, but we're going to keep on 6. Sergio, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to get Ponza. Do I even want to play against Ponza? I might not. I might just concede. For people that are new to the channel like Sergio, we play very casual Magic here. I play Magic for fun. I don't know that Ponza is necessarily a bad matchup. It just doesn't generate fun games of Magic. An MTG bot says that our opponent's probably double queuing, which means they're going to play slowly, likely at various points, which also is a pretty poor user experience. Man, what a tilter. Am I just courting for a 1-drop here? I think I am, right? What's double queuing? Moto lets you play multiple matches of Magic at the same time. How does Moto know they might be double queuing Magic? Magic Online is a bunch of separate application windows. It's not like Arena where you just have one window. So you can, like, load up a bunch of leagues or stuff at the same time. There's not an official API for Magic Online, but there's some way to, like, sniff out the data that other people have figured out. Yeah, it's online gambling, Dr. Little. You can multi-queue and everything. That's exactly correct. This is like, you know, we're sitting here like, my opponent's taken no game actions for the turn. They've done nothing. I'm just going to concede. I don't really feel like playing against Ponza. I don't feel like waiting for our opponents to take a decade to make their decisions. These leagues are always long. So we've accumulated a lot of Moto fun bucks. I don't feel like playing against Ponza. I don't feel like someone that's going to sit here and waste my time. And that's one of the biggest problems with Moto 2 is the clock is so forgiving on Magic Online, it doesn't appropriately punish people who do multiple things at once, whether it's 2 matches of Magic at once, or like they're watching TV, or they're playing another game while they're playing Magic Online. The clock is so long and so forgiving, you can do that and waste your opponent's time, and there's no punishment for it. Our first 2 matches took an hour. It'll probably take an hour to play 2 more matches, so it'll be a 2-hour league by the time we're done with it, even without the 5th match. Yeah, and the arena clock goes even further than that. Like Magic Arena's only saving grace is that one, it has the rope that ticks down, and two, you can't multi-queue in the arena client. Yes, yeah, exactly what Admin said. The clock on Moto is too forgiving with how long you can take between actions and total, and the arena clock is too forgiving with how long the total match is. In my opinion, both the digital clients should have clocks that are shorter than Paper Magic. If a round of Paper Magic's expected to be 54 minutes, a round on Magic Arena and Magic Online should be less than that, not more than that. Bottom of land tier, right? I'm gonna grab Temple Garden. I think I'm putting this on green. And then next turn we'll go fetch, Triome, play Wall of Omens. Yeah, on Magic Online, both players have a 25-minute clock plus a separate 3-minute clock for sideboarding in between matches. So you effectively have like 56 minutes per match on Magic Online. And I think I'm still fetching a Triome rather than playing a bird against what's likely another Lava Dart deck. And then on Magic Arena, you have 30 minutes per player and 2 minutes for sideboarding. So you basically have 64 minutes on Magic Arena. I wonder if they're a Death Shadow deck. You have more time on Arena where the rate of play is faster. Correct. No, you did not miss here. Magic Arena gives you 64 minutes per round. Magic Online gives you 56. Paper gives you 50. So getting a little punished for bottoming a land. Perhaps should have bottomed the Chord. A round on Arena can be more than I said 64 minutes, Warren Smith. So less than 2 hours. Over an hour though. 50 plus turns in Paper. Yeah, but like turns are like 5 minutes or so. No, not 64 for each. 64 total. 30 per player. Plus 2 minutes for sideboarding twice. Probably dead here because we stumbled. Name red with this. I have blue from Triome, and I don't need double blue ever, and I need double red for cards and triple red for Kiki. I don't think it matters. I'm pretty sure we're dead. Bolt me, baby. Yeah. Omnath gains a bunch of life. I could also make a bunch of mana. Just making a bunch of mana do anything useful for me. So this is technically 5 mana here if I crack the fetch right now. So I have 6 total with the bird. I can just go like fetch Forest, Collector Ouphe, Restoration Angel. And that maybe sets me up to combo next turn. I could Chord for Endurance, but that taps me out. I guess I technically have 1 extra. I think I'm going Collector Ouphe plus Resto here. I think I'm blinking Omnath. Am I? It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I want a card or do I want a chump blocker with the bird? So 17 months goat napped. I think I need the bird to chump block, right? They have Luris, so we don't have a bird. That's an awful way to think about that, irate. So if I don't blink the bird, they can Seal of Fire me, which means if they Seal of Fire me, I have to block the Dragon's Rage Chandler in the air. And if I have to block Dragon's Rage Chandler, then they could kill my Restoration Angel instead. Well, that's actually just the worst case scenario for us. Brutal. You don't. You can't get into Magic Online without spending money. Buy a deck. Tron's cheap, I guess, but yeah, you have to spend money. Moto has no free to play option. I'm pretty sure you still have to spend $10 to get into Moto. If you don't, I'm pretty sure you have to spend $10 to get into Moto to play relevant queues. You can like play like the sample queue or whatever. If I recall correctly. Okay. I think we're chumping with Resto and keeping Omnath. Fatal Push. Yes. If you are not a shark, you are a fish, and you will spew lots of money playing meaningful matches of Magic on Magic Online. Like, actual hundreds of dollars if you're playing a lot. Like, there's a lot of people that complain about the Moto economy or the Magic Arena economy, but like the Moto economy has a ton of fundamental issues as well. All right, so these Dorkos come out, I think, here. Are they a Lava Dart deck? I don't think so. I think my birds get to stay in here. Sanctum Prelate's probably good here, huh? Moto system is not legal. Moto system is simply unregulated because it's obscure. It only exists by virtue of people not paying attention to it. Helix is probably good too. It kills Loris and it kills their 1-drop. Yeah, gaining life is relevant too. Agree. Goose, maybe. I guess Wall of Blossoms doesn't block a ton here. Thanks for sticking around, Affirmation. Well, I guess. I think I'm bottoming Solitude here. Yes. Yeah, Canadian Grand Prix, even constructed ones, give you booster packs because they pass it off as you're paying the entry fee to buy booster packs, not that you're paying the entry fee to play in a tournament. The tournament's technically free. You're just required to buy packs to participate. Or some nonsense like that. It'll be interesting to see when Wizards brings back their organized play system where all they end up putting events again. It always surprised me how many events Wizards put in places that like didn't have large attendances. Well, drawing both basic plains and basic mountain naturally in our 80 card deck makes our mana base definitely a scotch awkward. Does Call get anything useful here? Probably Seasoned Pyromancer, huh? It's impressive that you're having a good time against control using Gruul. I guess non-Jeskai control is probably not bad for Gruul. Let's see, we're going to lose Call here. Yeah. You know, it's just Magic sometimes. There wasn't really a whole lot we could do this match. We had no lands and died game 1, and this game our mana's just been awkward. It's going to happen sometimes in your 3-color deck, 4-color deck, 3.5 color deck. So we'll block with the Auric Champion here and then Resto it. So things that are blocked but don't have trample still count as being blocked, so they don't get to deal damage. Tarmogoyf's still worth money. Not what they used to be. They're not like $100 bills anymore, if that's what you're asking. Is Bauble something every deck should play as a 4-of? Only if you can get some kind of value out of it. Alright, do I just try and race them now? Another land that doesn't cast most of our spells. We've got a Sky Noodle. I don't think we blink anything with Noodle here, but we get to gain an extra life. If they have a removal spell here, and they can put a creature in the bin, their Goyfs turn into 5/6s, which is probably death for us. But if they can't put a creature in the bin here, Auric Champion gets to bounce. On board, they're dead. So they have 5 cards in hand, so let's see what they've got. But Auric bounces off of Scourge, Yorion bounces off of Tarmogoyf if we kill them in the air. Yeah, all of those, all mobile games gear around fear of missing out. They have discovered that that is the best way to extract the most money from their player base, and all these games leverage that. While, in fact, like, we talk about Runeterra when we talk about economies a lot, because Runeterra's economy is easily the most player-friendly, but Runeterra's economy also leverages fear of missing out. It's like, fucking Moto chat, just like, tank, take the obvious, easy, best possible. Did you have like a lightning bolt too, or like another piece of removal? Like what was going on over there that it took us 3 minutes? Oh, they have a way to make the Goyfs 6/8. Sure. Oh, and they have a bolt too. Just like actually doing something else at the same time. I'm not mad about losing. I'm mad that my opponent took 3 minutes to take the deterministic kill. Like, losing the match is whatever. The fact that they sat there and wasted my time, and there's zero punishment in the client for punishing them for wasting my time, is easily one of the most frustrating things about this application. Like, losing the actual match is pretty whatever. The fact that my opponent doesn't respect me as a player and they wasted a bunch of my time and the client allows them to do that sucks. This has been my rant for the morning. Correct. The daily deals on Magic Arena are Wizards of the Coast push to get you to log into their client every morning. That is why the daily deals exist on Arena, because they want you to log in and play every day. Because one of the metrics that they use to measure how successful their games are, that they pitch to shareholders and potential investors, is this is how many people log in to play our game. So by launching the application, even if you're not playing games, you are counted as a daily player. Yeah, kind of. So Runeterra's acquiring cards doesn't really leverage fear of missing out, but Runeterra's cosmetic system, sorry, I got interrupted in the point by my opponent taking forever. Runeterra's cosmetic system and battle pass system, those leverage fear of missing out just like all other mobile games do. Mastery, but so you're right that it's like not card acquisition fear of missing out, but like Runeterra also is not out of the this is technically predatory. It's less bad, but like they are still using typical mobile game tactics to get money out of you that you otherwise wouldn't spend. And again, just to be abundantly clear, I prefer that style of monetization. That style of monetization is definitely better than what Arena does, but it's also fair to call a spade and be like, yeah, this is still predatory. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, the secret layers are wizards bringing fear of missing out as a monetization to the paper economy. Hello, Dash. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We are going to decline to Ephemerate here, because obviously I don't have anything worth blinking. We have a Chord for 3 available here. They gotta be on Collected Company with the green splash, right? No. Okay, so they just didn't play a thing because they didn't want us to Ephemerate kill it. So like we time walked them with the Ephemerate in addition to killing 2 things, which is kind of gas. Yeah, that's fine. Gonna Chord for 3 here. Probably just grab Eternal Witness if it resolves. There's a good chance this doesn't resolve. Opponent's archetype plays Counterspell. I'm just gonna play Magus of the Moon, huh? Hey, Rylan, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we no longer have an island either, because timestamps. Yep. They could take me off of a green mana here. Oh, they're gonna take me off of green mana altogether, sans my Birds of Paradise. Interesting. If I draw an untapped land here, oh, I already have a land. So we can call for Kiki-Jiki. Kiki! Kiki, I need you, Kiki! Kiki! I would like one Skyclave, please. Oh, you know what? I should have done this at end of turn, so that way I didn't sacrifice it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, shit. Our opponent can now sleep with the fishes. All right, so Helix and Path definitely coming in here. I know Magus the Moon was like kind of funny there, but that card comes out in this matchup. Endurance isn't very good here. Slum Mullet, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Back in my day, Kiki was uncastable. Kids these days and their damn castable Kiki-Jikis. We used to have to walk uphill in the snow and Chord of Calling for our Kiki-Jikis, and you drew that stupid meatball and you were like, I'm never casting this stupid thing. Stupid meatball, why are you in my deck? Do I want a Teferi to turn off their counters? Maybe. I don't know how many counters they have post-board, though. I feel like fighting over their counterspells isn't the axis I want to play on. I feel like this matchup plays out on the axis of playing to the board, probably, right? There could be an argument. Actually, you know what? These Utopia Sprawls should board out, and I'll put Teferi in, because Utopia Sprawl dies when they make the land no longer a forest. So that's a pretty easy in out there. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think Teferi is great, but I also think Utopia Sprawl is bad. I am accepting modern deck submissions, but I'm charging a premium for them. So it is $100 US for a modern submission. The price is high because I don't really want to take that many of them. So I ended up raising the prices for all of my submissions in general, so I could pick more things out that we play. A weird circumstance of that is, with increasing the price I charge for submissions, we tend to win more tickets, which is so strange. Funny how that works. Teferi does pitch to Solitude. You're not wrong. It's not particularly good here, but it was a mulligan. What do you want? Yeah, all modern submissions are the same price. I don't differentiate build arounds or not anymore information. I mean, honestly, we might just be like Prince Game 3. Like, no joke. Like, our hand's kind of okay. Yeah, links are enabled in chat. Honestly, if this Teferi resolves, I think I'm just gonna bounce their Aether Vial. I'm gonna block, because I think if they had a Lord, they would have made their thing unblockable before. Dismember, sure. They have a 2-drop here, probably in trouble. Oh, Kiki-Jiki. Oh, Kiki-Jiki. I mean, I guess I'm glad I fetched Mountain. I'm really confused why they just made my Mountain into an island as opposed to my Triome. Probably doesn't matter. I think Aether Vial would be a great addition to the format, yeah. Do I want a green back or do I want a red back? I probably want a red back, right? With the Kiki in hand. I mean, for the record, I don't think you should get rid of any of Control's actual tools or answers. Like, I know Memory Lapse is frustrating, but that definitely wouldn't be the list of cards that I'd ban to start. Like, at a core level, the thing I'd like to see gone from Historic is the good cheap cantrips. All right, so I'm gonna fetch down to 6, and then they're gonna counter this Solitude, and I'm gonna die next turn. It'll be a good time. Fun will be had by all. Because they didn't attack with Mutavault here, which implies they're holding something up. Oh, they're holding that up. Do I still die if I Solitude? So I go to 6, I Solitude 1, I block 1, and I go to 9, I take 8. So technically not dead. I think we're on the 0 outer at that point, though, right? Do more Solitudes get me out of it? Maybe. So I'm gonna end up at 1. Next turn we Solitude. So I'm gonna like assume they draw a blank. I block 1. I go to 1, and then next turn we plow another, block 1, and die. I think we're on the 0 outer. I'll take a draw step. Find out. Path to Exile. Cast that. Oh, oops. Hey, now I get to be on the play for this game. Happy with how we sideboarded for sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of Jeskai players that have been cutting Brainstorm and Iteration anyways, so. This is why we need those lands on Arena. Seems fine. Not amazing, but fine. Range keepable. Having lots of lands is decent here, so they can't really disrupt our mana. These are interaction. That's a great draw. I did see the Bugbear land. Looks neat. So I think the plan here is path that, and then we get to untap and play Teferi, bounce their only thing. And we have Teferi on an empty board. It's a decent pickup. Man, it's a real shame they don't have another Merfolk, huh? We just Skyclave this, right? And I want to keep the Teferi on the board. I think I want to take the 3/4 out here. Oh, I forgot to fetch. Yikes. It's fine. Shouldn't matter. Famous last words. Should have been a stomping ground. Hopefully, Solitude, Resto Solitude will be a concession. I think Surgical Extraction would fix some of the issues in Historic. What do you think the issue is in Historic that Surgical Extraction would fix? Can you articulate that to me? Can we blink now and they never get a guy back? We can, but I'd rather blink the Solitude. I think I'm exiling the Kumena speaker here because if they have another Lord they can put in, we can get into trouble. Hopefully we draw a land next turn and we like go land, Birds of Paradise, Seasoned Pyromancer, draw 2. Or I could draw another Restoration Angel. That would be great too. They're down to 1 card in hand. This game should pretty much be in garbage time at this point. I think this matchup's always been kind of good for the Kiki Court side as someone that's played it for a long time. And Solitude and Skyclave definitely give us good new tools. Yeah, Concession Angel sounds about right. Alright, so we went 2-2 in the matches we actually played. I conceded a match to Ponza because our opponent was double queued and I didn't feel like playing against land destruction. I don't actually think the Ponza matchup's terrible for this archetype. It's just tedious, and like these leagues are long, so I didn't feel like playing a 5th match anyways. I got pretty happy with the changes I made today. I didn't miss Scavenging Ooze in my main deck at all. I think having it in the sideboard is still good. The Eldamari's calls were consistently good when we drew them. And honestly, part of me wants to fit a 3rd call into the deck somewhere because it was just that good. It's like the calls working out well with Solitude and Endurance. We didn't call for Endurance at all, but we did get to call for Solitude and play it from our hand. So like this basically getting to be a Swords to Plowshares in a way felt really good pretty consistently. It could be like the third season Pyromancer or like the 2nd Wall of Blossoms that we give up. Yeah, I think this matchup's hard for Fish, for sure. Our deck doesn't get disrupted by your mana-based disruption super meaningfully in a lot of games. And the addition of these removal creatures definitely helps us a lot. All right, at any rate, if this is your first time watching this deck, you should check out my YouTube channel. This is our 3rd time we've played it in the last couple of weeks. There's also a ton of other different Modern decks up there. I'll be back with more Modern tomorrow morning, if that's the only format you're interested in watching in Magic. For the next few hours, we're going to shift gears and we're going to be playing some Magic Arena. They added Historic Commander on there, so 100-card Commander with the Historic Legal